Remove. Come on, man. Are we live? Can you check and see if we live? Please.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting nothing.
There we are.
I know we live. I'm not getting anything. I'm like, when did it start doing this? Hey, Patricia, please bear with us. We're having some technical difficulties here. Oh, Lord Jesus, I'm about to lose my mind. I'm about to lose it.
Yeah, that one's moving.
Now it's moving. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all, pimping ain't easy. It's just not.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Uncle Fred. Hey, Patricia.
Okay, we ain't gonna do no intro, no nothing. We just gonna go on ahead. That's it. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Ah.
Y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know what it took to get here this morning. Y'all just don't know and understand the magnitude of what it took to get here this morning.
Oh, we finally made it.
What do you mean?
To that. On Facebook.
Oh, what's that mean?
Well, you can send us stars.
Oh, okay. Y'all start sending us stars on Facebook. Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our channel once again. Please excuse our absence on yesterday. Unfortunately, I took ill and was not able to come on.
But you still got a video.
Yeah, you still got a video. We're here now.
Short video, but a video nonetheless.
Yes, short video, but we're here. On a wing and a prayer.
And I'm leaving early.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta go to the doctor. Okay.
So y'all got me for 29 more minutes.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna be on here that long, Joseph. I really ain't. I don't know. You need to listen. Y'all, it's been a very tumultuous month thus far. First, we had to move in a hurry, and we did that, right?
Well, explain that because it sounded like we was on the run.
Yeah, what shit? We moved. We didn't have to move. We decided. We chose to move from the home that we were living in into a better home, and so that right there was a task in itself. You know, because I mean, I did a lot of the work simply because I did not want Joseph to do a lot of the work. Unfortunately, as a result of his stroke, he's not 100% yet. And so, I took on the bulk of what needed to be done.
Don't pay my gray sweatpants no mind. You shouldn't be seeing them, but you are.
Oh, my monitor almost came off, Joseph. Okay, let me check it. I hope it didn't come off. I just felt it lift. I'm sorry, y'all. I got this new monitor. Y'all see. It's on the back of my arm. And I just take my phone and I scan it. Is it gonna scan?
You ain't nowhere near.
Oh, there it goes. And it scans and it tells you what my blood sugar is. Yeah. And that ain't cheap. Trust me when I tell you. Guys, I hope you guys are paying attention to the news to see what's going on with this stimulus package, this new stimulus package. A lot of people just paying attention, like when I'm gonna get my check. When I'm gonna get my check, But it's more than just that, guys. Especially for us, in terms of healthcare and stuff like that. We really have to be. We have to pay attention to all of that because we could gain benefits or we could lose benefits. And losing benefits is not an option, especially for me. But our president seems to be sticking to his word, with the exception of this $1,400. Instead of a $2,000 stimulus payment, this package only includes a $1,400 stimulus payment. Do you know that?
Yeah, and they trying to get him to go less.
Yeah. And they trying to get him to go less. What I cannot believe is how these Republican senators are really acting. They want to, because our previous president he incited this riot on Capitol Hill, and they're saying, oh well, he's not president anymore. Let's just leave it alone, let it go. No, you can't. You can't. This man can never be allowed. He should never be allowed to run for public office. He shouldn't even be able to run for damn it dog catcher. Y'all hear me? He shouldn't even be able to run for dog catcher. And this is the reason why, guys, we really have to get out and vote. I take my hat off to everyone that went out and voted, but we need more. The president only won this election by a small landslide. It wasn't that big. It wasn't that big of a gap. And so he needs our support. Our country needs our support. Our party needs our support. We as people, we need to support one another. So, guys, please, and let's talk about this vaccine. This is something that's really. It's like really getting up under my skin with this vaccine. It seems to me, I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat can tell me, but it seems to me like there is a hierarchy. There's not only a hierarchy, but you have those people that are in position that are getting their family members vaccinated and not considering other people, such as people like myself and Joseph. We called our local hospital and they told us we didn't qualify to get the vaccine. What the hell that means, I don't know.
Well, because it was only for people that were
essential workers.
Right.
And I understand that. I get that. I get that essential workers have to get this vaccine, but what's most important are the people that are in the nursing homes and people that have pre-existing conditions as well. It's like they're tossing us over to the side and saying, okay, well, y'all just keep on dying until we get to you, because people are dying. We're over 400,000 people right now that have died from the virus, which is sad. It's sad. They don't have any type of a plan to get this vaccine out. They really need to work more on that. I understand that they're going to have this vaccine distributed out to a lot of the pharmacies. I ain't going to no pharmacy to get no vaccine, Joseph. I ain't going to no you.
Well, I mean, I'm not, get it faster in CVS.
No, no.
Right,
I'll go to my doctor. Because it's my understanding that you have to sit around for like at least 30 minutes to make sure that there's no bad side effects.
Well, that depends. If you are allergic to anything, you have to stay for 30 minutes. If you're not allergic to anything, you can leave in 15. And before you go any further, shout out a happy birthday.
Yes, happy
to
birthday.
Tyrone of the Love King.
Yes, happy birthday, Tyrone. Happy birthday. What the hell?
It went out. Whoa, today is just not his day. Today is just not his
Power
day.
on.
It's one of them days.
Mode.
It's just one of them days.
Auxiliary mode.
No, I wasn't coming on today. I'm telling you, I wasn't coming on today. I said, you know what? I'm tired. No. I'm not doing it.
It's just one of them days.
And
today.
Joseph.
It did it again.
It's plugged in.
You are welcome.
Hell.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connected.
Okay, 1 minute.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Auxiliary mode.
Okay, we should be okay now. God, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm ready to take all this equipment and put it in one big bag, right? A burlap bag, and then get a big sledgehammer, not no little small sledge, like one of the ones that Thor got, and just take a hammer to all this shit. It's getting on my damn nerves. It is. I'm too old for this. Too old for all these technical difficulties and shit, Joseph. I'm too old for it. It's getting on my damn nerves.
It is what it is.
Listen,
I'm gonna have to learn how to do a lot of this.
Yeah, you are. Yes.
Well, I was shocked. I was shocked that I knew how to turn on the mic when I had my interview Sunday with 2 mics up. I said, let me, because it was a podcast. So I said, let me turn, of course, because I need them to listen to it on Monday when it's released, because I think you all will be very impressed by the Joseph that's on that podcast versus the Joseph that's here on Coffee with the Kings. I really do. I really, really, really do. When I get a message afterwards saying that the producer and the vice president was completely impressed by me, it let me know that, the two sides of Joseph. I still have my professional side. And they didn't want me to be professional. They wanted me to be Joseph. Because I said in the beginning, before we even started,
and you said they want to interview child.
No, I said, no, that was the thing. Before we even started, I said, I'm going to be professional because my mouth can carry. And their thing was, be yourself. Don't change nothing up for our show. We want you to be yourself.
They don't want me. They don't want me to do that.
And I was. It was just that it was just a whole different type of. It was a whole different type of vibe. It was more of a educating people that wanted to be educated about the LGBTQ and how we could bridge a gap between the LGBTQ and the Black community. And they were very impressed by my.
And that struggle is real, y'all. Don't y'all know we lost another trans woman yesterday? They don't know. You know why? because black trans women's lives don't matter
to black people.
To black people. You know, Dr. Umar, he said something. And, you know, a lot of people, especially, let me see your transcript. I know she, let me see your transcript. Don't get on me about this. But Dr. Umar, you know, I respect honesty. I do. I respect honesty. If you're honest with me and you say what it is, I respect that. And Dr. Umar said, you know, he said, oh, well, you know, they said, well, what about the LGBTQ? He said, oh, I don't have no problem with the LGBTQ. He said, but what do they have to bring to the table? You know, that's what he said. He said, what do they have to bring to the table? He said, they ain't having churn.
Which is not true.
Which is not true. But, I mean, I can respect the fact that he let that be known, that that was his view. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will just walk by and won't say nothing and pretend like, you know, I don't like phony shit. I don't. I really don't. I don't like phony people. I don't like phony stuff. Tell me straight up. That's how I am. I'm a straight up person. You tell me straight up, Jamel. You know, I don't like you. I don't like you, Jamel. Tell me straight up, and I'll be like, okay, well, I can receive that. You know, why do people get so mad when people tell them that stuff? Say things to them like that.
Why? Because it's fucked up.
It is not, Joseph. It's honest.
No, I'm not saying that it's not honest, but their honest opinion is fucked up. So that don't mean, just because you honest with me don't mean that I respect your honesty, but that doesn't mean I have to respect what you're saying.
Right. You know, but you don't have to like it, but at the same time you have to respect it, Joseph.
Oh, definitely, because you're being honest.
You know what I'm saying? You have to respect it.
And then I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, that's it.
I know where you stand.
See, that's my thing. I like to know who I am dealing with. So and people, y'all say y'all want transparency, right? Don't they?
They don't.
They say they want transparency. We want transparency. We want y'all to be open. We want y'all to be honest about your feelings. But then when somebody open and honest about their feelings, people getting their feelings about them being open and honest about their damn feelings.
Right.
What the hell? What the hell do you supposed? I'm like, Joseph. I mean, y'all know I've told this story before. Hold on, guys. I gotta lift myself up a little bit. But I've told this story before. You know, I lived in Tennessee at one time. I lived in Johnson City, Tennessee, which is that's as southern as you can get. That's the Bible Belt, you know, in some ways, it was very racist, you know. But the one thing that I liked was the respect. You know, if somebody didn't like you, they told you, I don't like your ass. Don't come on my property. And they have a gun. Bam. Don't come on my property. Come on my property. I'm blow your ass I'm blow you to smithereens. I like that. You know, my next door neighbor, unbeknownst to me, he was in the Klan. He was a Klan member. And my house, I had a driveway. My driveway was like 350 feet. And it was like on a hill, on an upgrade. And I was having my driveway paved. And he came over, he said, oh, hey, how are you doing? He said, I see you have your driveway paved. If you want to, you can park your cars in my driveway, you know, until, you know, your driveway settles. And I was like, wow, that was nice of him, because other than that, I didn't have any place to park my cars. And at the time I had 3 cars, you know. And, you know, he invited me over to he said, why don't you come over here and sit for a little while? And, you know, they can do their work over there. And I was like, okay. So he invited me over to his house. He invited me over to his house. And so I went to his house. And as I was going through his house, I saw all these weird things. These swastikas, that's what they call them. I saw all these swastikas. And I saw, you know, pictures of Adolf Hitler. I saw other pictures of military men, you know, doing the Third Reich thing like this. And I saw all this stuff. And I was actually scared. I said, this man gonna kill me, child. I said, he gonna kill me and he gonna put me in his basement and I ain't gonna never be seen again. He gonna kill me. But me being me, I started a conversation and I wanted to know what everything was about. And, he explained to me that, he didn't have a hate for black people or any other race. He said he just was proud of his race. Do you think white people have a right to be proud of their race?
Yeah.
Because, when white people take a stand and say, white pride or something like that, we get scared. We get in our feelings. Oh, they're racist. They're racist. They're racist. But it's, I'm just, listen, we are human. We human before we this, before we that, before we white, before we anything. We are all human. All of us have the same things on the inside of us. I mean, some people have some parts missing, but we're all human at the end of the day. Ain't no aliens here. I ain't seen no damn ET. No nobody. We all human at the end of the day. And I think that we should respect one another as such. Now, these people that was in Capitol Hill and they was going all through Capitol Hill and going through Nancy Pelosi's desk. I'm not talking about them people. Them people are haters. Those people are haters. They are terrorists. Let's get that clear. Let's make that very, very clear. And anybody that sides with them are haters. They're terrorists. These senators like Ted Cruz and other senators. What's that other senator that just last child when the whole thing was going on? He was like Donald Trump. He was saying, I'm not with you on this. Now he with him. You know who I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't remember what his name is. I remember before the end of this report. But the reason why I'm reporting on all this stuff, guys, because it's Black History Month. And let me just say this about Black History Month. See, because we need to start getting more into our lineage and our history. We celebrate Black History Month every single year. We celebrate Black History Month every single year. And, with all due respect, the only people that we hear about is Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and now Barack Obama. Ooh. I ain't worried about it, Joseph. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Just keep going.
I'm just gonna keep on moving. But these are the only people that we hear about. We hear about Maya Angelou, black people that were born and bred and raised in America. Y'all, we got more Black history than that. We got way more Black history than that. I posted on my Facebook yesterday because I wanted to see what type of response I would get, and I posted on my Facebook channel page so a little Black history about our lineage and who we are, where we come from. And I posted I did a small synopsis on Akhenaten. He was a pharaoh. He was the pharaoh of Upper and Lower Egypt. He was married to a very famous queen that we all have heard of, Queen Nefertiti. And he was the father of one of the most famous kings in
Y'all, I would love to be here, but I got to go. So you keep listening to Jamel. He'll be here. I have to go. I will see you good people tomorrow. And maybe I'll make you another video while I'm driving like I did yesterday, since y'all seem to like that video. And since I'm going a very, very, very long distance today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love you, peace. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Later.
All right. Joseph is leaving the building. He's leaving the building. Guys, please disregard that up there. Disregard it. Please disregard it. Because if y'all don't disregard it, I'm going to lose my mind.
Go.
Go. Yeah, go on with your dad.
She's going to want to get out of here anyway.
Yes, take him, child. Anyway. Okay. Joseph, can you take that chair?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't want to hit that door.
All right. So, guys, I was saying, I was talking about Akhenaten. He was a pharaoh in Egypt.
I told you that's why I didn't want to do that. Keep going. I told you I didn't want to hit the door with it.
Child, I'm so mad I want to laugh.
Just keep it going.
Well, y'all see Joseph's face over there. Okay. Jesus, the blood, the blood. Anyway, talking about Akhenaten. Akhenaten was a pharaoh in Egypt. He was the king of Upper and Lower Egypt. He was the first monotheist. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, he was the first man ever in history, ever, to praise one God. So, these people that have, you have different denominations. You have the Church of God in Christ, you have Baptists, you have AME, you have Catholic, all these. He was the first man, the first human to praise one God. And he praised the Aten, which is the sun god. He ruled for about 20 years. Unfortunately, his reign was not very popular. As a matter of fact, when archaeologists discovered him, they discovered a city that was just abandoned. After he passed away, his city was abandoned, and they went back to the old way. See, because what happened with Akhenaten is that you have to remember, back in those days, there were gods. Egyptians praised all different types of gods, and there were several of them that they praised. But when he came into power, he ended all of that, and he built a whole new city dedicated to the Aten, and he left, the old ways behind, and people were only allowed to praise his God, the Aten. See, church and state and government was all mingled together. Everybody praised one God. He really wasn't, after he passed away, he was really not a very popular figure. As a matter of fact, his cartouche and everything was removed from Karnak. There's very little traces of him. He did build a temple in Karnak, but there's very little trace of him in the history of him. As a matter of fact, they just recently found his remains. A lot of his statues were destroyed, but he did have a lot. He had a lot of he did a lot in terms of art in the Egyptian world. And if you know anything about Akhenaten, prior to him, there were kings that they would make statues for these kings, and they would depict them as these strong figures that just look healthy and strong and everything. But Akhenaten wanted to be adorned in his own natural state. And see, a lot of people thought that he was weird. A lot of people thought that he was that he had, they said it was as if he dropped out of from another planet or something like that. Because when he was a kid, his father, he didn't do anything with the family. His father was also king. His father was King Imhotep. His father was responsible for building the Great Pyramid. I'm sorry, the Step Pyramid. But before that, nobody knew who he was. He wasn't even supposed to be king. The only reason why he became king is because his younger brother had died. His younger brother was supposed to be king. But anyway, after he passed away, he was not liked at all. He was not liked at all. And his city was abandoned. Everything went back to the old way. His son took over from where he left off. His son was King Tutankhamun, also known as King Tut. And he was known as a great king, but he didn't reign for very long. He actually died at the age of 18. And it was a sudden death. It was a sudden death. It was a sudden burial, everything, but his tomb was the only tomb that was found intact in Egypt. The other tombs of other kings have been looted, and his tomb was the only one that had been found intact. And they found over a thousand artifacts in his tomb. Now, these are things that weren't supposed to be seen. When these people were buried, these are things that weren't supposed to ever be seen again. These were things that were buried with them. What you have to realize and understand about the Egyptians were, the Egyptians believed that in your next life, when you left this life, in your next life, you needed to bring certain things along with you. So, most Egyptian graves are based on, how the person lived when they were alive. You would find furniture, you'd find chariots, you'd find games, you'd find all different types of things. And they were there for those to use in the next life, in the afterlife. But anyway, that's my little history on my little Black history lesson, guys. Guys, know your history. Know your history. Take the time out to know your history. Our history is very, very interesting. And, although we, and just understand this, our history goes far beyond the American border. It does. There, and believe me, I thought that once too. I didn't know it was Black people in the world. I thought Black people was the only place Black people was here. And that was it until I visited Egypt, So, I, although it's Black History Month, guys, we know about Martin Luther King, we know about Malcolm X, we know about all these other American figures. Let's take the time out to find out what figures or what people are in our history in other countries, because there are a lot, like Nelson Mandela, Winnie Mandela, people like that. Yeah, that's about it. Guys, this is going to be short. This is very short life, as you guys can see. Oh my God, there's so many different things going on. We just moved into this new place. I've been trying to get things together. As you can see, my green screen done fell, child. I'm about to lose my whole entire life because my green screen fell. But I'll get it together. I'll get it together slowly. I will get it together. I promise you guys that. I told you guys this year is going to be a better year for the McRae Kingz. We have so many different things on the table I want to introduce to you guys. And guys, make sure you go over to our McRae Kingz boutique and get your merchandise. We have our mugs. These are our mugs. And now we also have we also have your face mask to protect yourself. This is one of our face masks. This is the over the head one. We also have the face one that goes around the ears. But we bought these. And I really, really like them. Yeah. They come in an array of different colors and they cover your face. And they have the Dare to Be Different logo on them, as you can see. You see that? So, yes, and these are moderately priced. They're not that expensive. I think this one was $14.99. I'm not sure. I think it was $14.99. But this is our Dare to Be Different mask, face mask. You see that? And as you can see, it says around the surface of it, says Dare to Be Different. Okay, so you guys go on over to our McRae Kingz Boutique, Blogs and Fiction. Could you please put the link to that in the chat for me? I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. We are working on some other projects that I really wish that I can, tell you about. But unfortunately, I have been sworn to kind of secrecy on it, You will know these things and you will find out about these things once they happen. But trust me when I tell you, I have something great coming up for you guys to share with you guys, which I'm very, very proud of because it's my own project. Oh, did you, Lawrence? You sent me a video about Ethiopia. I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Well, Ramses was actually not the richest pharaoh. Oh Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my diabetes tester. Ramses was not the richest pharaoh. He was the most famous. He ruled for the longest. Ramses actually ruled for about 62 years until he was murdered. Did you know that Ramses was murdered? He was murdered. Yeah. But he was not the richest. He wasn't the richest pharaoh. He was the most he was very famous. He was most popular. He was known for, I mean, he's built he built a lot in Egypt. Most pharaohs before they left this earth, they built things like obelisks and statues of themselves, to make their presence known. Ramses was one that he proclaimed himself a god. His wife Nefertari, he built a temple for her. He also built a temple for himself. It's called the Temple of Abu Simbel, and it's on the banks. It's on the outer banks of Egypt. There's actually a big story behind that. The Temple of Abu Simbel was actually had to be moved. And if you see this thing, it's colossal. They had to move it because had they not moved it, it would have been underwater. So through donations and things of that nature, they were able to get a crew together and they moved this big colossal temple. And it still stands today. Beautiful. Oh my God. It was amazing. It was breathtaking. It was breathtaking. Oh gosh. I had an opportunity to go there and it was breathtaking. It was. I'm telling you. Black people, if you ever get a chance to go to Africa, make Egypt one of your stops because I'm telling you, just the history alone will amaze you. It will amaze you. It will amaze you what Black people did. And Egyptians didn't consider themselves Black, but there were Black pharaohs that ruled Egypt for hundreds of years. Black people came in and they took over and they ruled Egypt. And if you guys want me to get some more information, I can do that. I can do that. I'm afraid. I love Egypt. I do. I love it. I think it's just so interesting how the Egyptian culture started and everything. Hey, baby, with Charlene. But I find it so amazing. I do. I find it so amazing. Yeah, the pyramids they are huge. They are huge. When I tell you the size of one brick, you wouldn't believe. You have to say to yourself, how did these people build this thing? How did they build this thing? But if you do your history, you'll find out. I think there's several different. I have several different theories on how the pyramids were built as well. But we can share those on another show. Yes, Mansa Musa was the richest, and he still is the richest man in time. He still is, Uncle Fred. To this day, there's nobody in this world that has ever been richer than he was. He is responsible for gold being he's responsible for that, for gold being, a commodity. At one point in time, he went around the world and he was handing out gold like it was like paper, like it was nothing. That's how rich he was. I believe he died though poor. I'm not sure. He died. He didn't have as much money as he had before, but he was a rich man and he shared his riches with people. Like gold bars. Guys, I'm talking about this man was handing out gold bars. This is how rich he was. And he was a king. Yes. So, yeah, guys, and thank you so much, Uncle Fred. I love it when people talk about our other history. I love it. I love it when people talk about our other history. I mean, our culture is so rich, and we've done so much. We've made so many accomplishments in this country. But unfortunately, for years, we were we were we were told that we were nothing. We're never going to be anything. You know, this scared some people that we were so smart. And that we had accomplished all these things. Um, but things are coming to pass. Listen, although history repeats itself, history is becoming very honest. We're finding out a lot of things that we did not know. For many years, when I was a kid, I thought Christopher Columbus discovered America. Christopher Columbus ain't discovered no America. He came over here and massacred people. That's what he did. That's what the Pilgrims did. The Pilgrims came over here and brought disease. That's so true, Uncle Fred. Yes, he gave out so much gold that it ended up destroying some civilization. It did. That's the reason why we have, the price of gold is what it is. He's responsible for that. Mansa Musa, yes. But yeah, guys, I love it that you guys are into your other history. Of course, we do have to remember our others like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Those people, they kind of come from my time. I was actually I wasn't even a year old. I was what? I was 4 months old when Martin Luther King was killed. Telling my age, child. Yeah, I was 4 months old when Martin Luther King was killed. Yeah. And I can't sit here and tell you I remember it, but back then they had Jim Crow laws. If anybody knows about Jim Crow, black people weren't allowed to use bathrooms. It was a black bathroom, it was a white bathroom, and that's how they were labeled. You weren't allowed to drink out of certain water fountains. You weren't allowed to go into certain restaurants if you were black. Uncle Fred, if you can find some information out for me, I want to talk about the Green Book. Do you know anything about the Green Book, Uncle Fred? Now, for those of you that don't know about the Green Book, there was this book, they called it the Green Book. This book was made up, it was actually published by black people. And it was a book that told you all the safe routes to take. It taught you what restaurants were safe to go to, what hotels were safe to go to, what towns were safe to go to. This is a book that people would use when they traveled from place to place in this country. Yeah, there was a time where black people you couldn't just go anywhere. And there was a time when after dark, you couldn't be seen. You couldn't be seen after dark as a black person. Because if you did, you would get lynched or beat to death or killed or something. And so that's why this Green Book was so important. It was very, very important, because this Green Book was kind of like a map of our country, and it showed black people where they could and could not go. Yes, it is very interesting. Yes, there is a movie. What's the name of the movie, Charlene? Please tell me what the name of the movie is. But there is a movie on it as well, about the Green Book. It was a very good movie. I'm trying to remember who the main actors are in that. But yes, guys, we have endured a lot, but we also have a lot to be proud of. That's why it angered me so much when these people, stampeded the Capitol, saying that this was their house, they made this, they created this. No, there would be no Washington D.C. without black people. We built those monuments. the Jefferson Memorial, the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Memorial. We built the White House. When they burned it down in the early 1800s, we rebuilt it and we ran it. We were maids, we were butlers, we were all different types of things in the White House. We built all that. There would be no Washington, D.C. without black people. There would be no. There would be no Capitol. We built that. We built that. The highways, the byways in this country. We invented things like the stoplight. Yeah. Plasma. One of ours, he found all different types of ways to use the peanut. Just imagine we had to live with all these things, without all these things. There would be no America without black people. There would be no America. And unbeknownst to you guys, in case you didn't know this, Thomas Edison tries to take responsibility for electricity. Those patents, all those patents were black men. He just stole them. That's so true, Uncle Fred. That's right. Uncle Fred said if it were not for black people, going back to older days till now, there would be no civilizations. That's true. Everything that these children are doing has been passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. History isn't repeating itself, it's just repeating itself in a different way. Our people were out there marching for rights, and we're still doing it. We're still doing it. We're still out here fighting for our rights years later. How long has Martin Luther King been dead? I think he's been dead about 60 years, right? No, he ain't been dead that long. No, I'm 53. Martin Luther King, yeah, he's been dead for 53 years. Yeah, 53. It'll be 53 years in April. Yeah, 53 years plus. We've been fighting, and we still fighting. We still gonna fight, y'all. But we got to come together as a people. I tell you guys this all the time. I'm going to end with this. We will never be able to enjoy the fruits of our culture and of who we are until we come together as a people. We need to do that. We need to do that more. So guys, make sure you're watching us on all social media platforms. Of course, you know what those are. I ain't going to stand for you because of that. That's not my job. Joseph do all that. He ain't here. So y'all make sure y'all following us on all social media platforms. Y'all know what those are. Okay? And if you want to donate to the McRae Kingz platform, our Cash App is right here. Yes, it's TheMKingz. We do need your support. Because we're in the midst of making some big moves. So we do need both your moral support and we need your financial support. If you want to become a subscriber, just hit that subscriber button. And also hit the like button as well. Yeah, make sure you do that. If you want to become a member, we do have several tiers that you can take advantage of as membership. That's about it, guys. I'm going to get on out of here, and I'm going to see what I can do with this here green screen back here, so I can have it ready for y'all tomorrow. My Mac computer is updating, and so that's why we were late today, kids. It's been updating, so hopefully everything will be updated. I'll have the lighting ready and everything on tomorrow. But until then, guys, you guys make sure you do your greatest work today. And also, make sure you walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And remember, it's Team McRae all damn day. Peace. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. The whole damn green screen. The whole damn green screen you done came back.